Okay, so this is the part 2 of OBIEE 11g installation. So far I have installed the RCU on a database server with the two schemas, and next I'm going to install the actual software. So just to give you a background of the machine, I have Windows XP 32-bit machine, and it has 3 gigabits of RAM, plus I have more than 20 gigabytes of space available. And we are doing a simple install of 11g just to save some memory, and database server is a different machine on the network. So let's get started with the actual software installation. I have unzipped everything under BI ship home, and under this we have 5 folders, disk 1 to disk 5. Let's go to disk 1. This is where we have the installation. When I double click, it launches the Oracle Universal Installer, and I'm going to wait for it to come up with a welcome screen. So there we go. This is the first welcome screen. As I told you, this is 11g version 11.1160. I'll click next here, and I'll just skip the software update step, and I will do the simple install just to save on memory. All the checks are good. Middleware home, I'll just call it in C drive. Okay. WebLogic is the administrator, and I'll give a password. While giving the password, it should be at least 8 characters and a combination of all this, otherwise it will not go through. Click next. Okay, here we are, and I just wanted to bring up one more important point. When installing on Microsoft machines, you do need a loopback adapter installed, and the way you check is you have to uh, go to the My Computer properties, uh, hardware device manager, and under network adapters you see the Microsoft loopback adapter. This should be installed. If you don't have it installed, just follow the standard steps. You can Google them or whatever you want to do, but make sure this is installed. So over here I'm going to uncheck real-time decisions because we don't want it at this stage. Just want to make sure you unblock this program from the firewall, otherwise it will create problems. I'm just waiting for it to come to the next step. It appears to be hanged, but I'm sure it will go to the next step. So let's give it like 2 minutes and see what happens. So we are at step 7 of 14, almost halfway there. Okay, good. And next is we have to provide the database connection for the schemas. I have the string saved over here. The format should be hostname colon port number colon as as a service name, and then the BI platform username, which is in my case dev1 underscore, and the password, of course. Click next. Same thing for dev1 MDS, and we have it here. I kept the password same. So the fact that it's able to go to the next screen means it was able to connect to the database and verify. Next is it asks for email address here, without which it will not go to the next screen. And this is the overall summary. So it looks like we have it ready for installation. I'll just go ahead and click on install, and it started doing its work. So we have the elapsed time over here, 5 minutes 37 seconds or 42 seconds so far, and it's gonna take a while. We're just gonna wait and see what happens. So we are on step 12 of 14, and I'm just gonna go to let it install whatever time it takes. Just want to see the memory utilization. I'm going to open the task manager here. So looks like memory wise we are okay so far. Less than 1 gig of memory used. CPU, it is utilizing, so it's doing a lot of work, so which is good. So while it's installing, I just want to mention this. If you plan to install on a Linux box, you can go to my blog, and I have a article there. This is my blog, Oracle BIEE911.blogspot.com, and I have an article here on OBIEE11g installation, and this is for the server is Linux. Of course, the client has to be Windows. So you can go through the steps if you want to install on Linux box. So let's come back and see how this goes. So we are 18 minutes into the installation. It's at 26%. Still going on. I'm just gonna keep waiting. Okay, so far 72 minutes have elapsed and we're still at 31%. Looks like it's gonna take a lot more time. I'll just let it finish and then come back. Okay, so I am at 97% right now and 93 minutes into the installation, and let's see. So the installer launched this window, Oracle installer, and it's doing something. So I'm gonna keep waiting. So we have passed the installation stage and now it is doing all the configuration. And if you see, we are at step 13 of 13. It's gonna take a few more minutes to complete all these steps. Okay, so looks like we have completed the installation. It completed the configuration here. It's 100%. All the steps are done. And we are elapsed time at 158 minutes. So let's click next and see everything goes through. So here's the summary for installation and all the details are available here. I'm just going to click finish and hopefully it is installed. Looks like it's trying to go to the installation server by itself, which would be a good test for us. Well, looks like it was able to pull up the login page, so that's good news. That means installation went through properly. And I'm gonna now log in to the server and make sure we are able to see the reports. Sure enough, it goes right in. And as part of simple installation, we also have this quick start pre-built kind of dashboard where we have 4 tabs: overview. We have all these available reports, and seems to be working pretty much. And what I also want to see is how much is the memory utilization on this machine. And looks like we are at 2.1 GB, which is still under 3 GB our max capacity. So far we look okay with this installation, and it should be good enough for our daily usage, for practicing and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to sign out, and it looks like we were successful today. And one more thing I wanted to show is, if I go to the start programs, and this is the installation folder, let's try to pull up BIEE administration tool. So this should bring the admin tool, and since we installed the entire server on the Windows machine, it installs the client as part of that. So if you were installing on Linux, this client will not get installed, but since it's Windows, it does get installed automatically. Let's see if so we have the sample light repository. Let's see if I'll be able to open it. Yep, everything seems to be working the way we expected. Looks like we are all set for doing our development.